Hey Fungroupproduction fans, and welcome to the very first episode of LPS React. Also, before we get started today, my throat really hurts, but I still really wanted to do this video, so sorry if my voice sounds kind of raspy. And I'm also wearing cat ears to honor the LPS's out there. That was an awkward sentence, but let's get started, alright? Anyways, guys, welcome to LPS React! Oh, I am so excited for this. I have been waiting to start this series because I have been wanting to do this for the longest time, and I thought it'd be a great idea to do it at the 20k mark, and now that it's finally here, I'm like, yes, awesome, fun, woo, smiley faces, unicorns, yeah! But if you are new to my channel, which some of you maybe, you may not know what LPS React is. LPS React is a monthly series where I will be taking one fan or viewer of my channel, and I will be featuring them on my channel by watching the first episode of their series, and while I'm watching the episode, I'll give tips, tricks, hints, and ideas just to help them make their videos better. That way they'll get more views and subscribers. Now, if you want more info on how to get into LPS React or just some info in general, then definitely go check out my last video, which is linked somewhere around this area, or you can check the description box below. But anyways, guys, it is time to start the episode, and in my last LPS React video, aka the introduction, where I told you guys how to get in, all the rules, the questions, and all that stuff, at the end of the video, I asked the question, what is my favorite color? The hint was on my Instagram at Fungroupproduction, and the hint was my favorite color was the color of the shirt I was wearing in the introduction video. And the correct answer is mint green! Now, I realized because of the lighting in the video, my shirt I was wearing looked a little bit like teal or turquoise, which was a color a lot of you guys said. But if you guys actually saw the actual shirt in like real life, it is actually mint green. I even said that mint green was my favorite color on my face channel. If you guys didn't know, I have a face channel where I do DIYs, vlogs, challenges, tags, all that fun stuff. And I kinda let it slip out, so if any of you guys saw that video where I said what my favorite color was, then you kinda got a hint. Now for the question you have all been waiting for. Who was the first person to answer the question most accurate and correctly? Well, the first person to answer it correctly and most accurately, and who will be on the very first episode of LPS React, is LpsBlingPro. Congratulations! LpsBlingPro is one of the much smaller LPS tube channels out there. She currently has 20 subscribers and 11 videos. Her profile picture, or maybe her mascot, I believe is a purple collie, and the only social media she has at the moment is her Google Plus page. And by the looks of it, I believe she only has one series up on her channel at the moment. The series I will be watching on her channel is called Lps Pawville High. I am so super excited to see your video, LpsBlingPro, so let's get right into it. So the title of her video is Lps Pawville High Episode 1, How It All Began. Her description is, when Taylor Brown moves to this school and sits by Jason by lunch, it begins to feel like she will never fit in. Wonder why? Well, it might be because of these two girls who she barely knew came and smashed a pie in her face. Will she recover from the embarrassment? Does her friend Alicia have a plan to get back at them? Or will she just turn out to be against her too? Find out in the episode of Lps Pawville High. Hope you like this. Subscribe for more. So what I'm seeing right now are a little scene with lockers in them, and I love the way you decorated these lockers. Like, dude, teach me. Your lighting seems pretty good for the most part, so that's a plus. I mean, you maybe not be able to start off with amazing lighting, but where you are at right now is a great start. So I just watched 2 seconds of this, and I know that was like really fast, but I kind of hear like a fan noise in the background. I don't know if you can hear. I'm not really positive what exactly it is, but if it is a fan or an air conditioner or something like that, try turning it off when you record. That way you don't have that sound in the background, because I have it too sometimes. Like, I don't know, I have like a tiny miniature fan or like air conditioning thing in my room, and sometimes when I'll be recording, it like blows out. So if you can maybe like turn it off, or when you're editing the video try to cut it out. There's tutorials all over online where you can learn how to cut out the extra background noise, and I'm sure you can get rid of it. But if it is a fan or something like that, try turning it off. That way you don't have that sound in the background when you're trying to record, and nobody likes that. Alright, let's keep going.
Seems like a nice high school at least.
So, you're talking a little bit very quiet. I would definitely suggest trying to project your voice. I'm sure that if like you have headphones or something like that, it'd be a little louder, but if you can try being a little bit louder, because the audio is quite soft, especially because of that sing noise in the background, that would also be great. So always try and remember, be a little bit louder. And I'm not saying that you have to scream or something like that, but maybe if you have a microphone near you or something like that to try to project your voice, that'd be great.
Class must have already started.
Do you have an accent? Like, I think I hear an accent. Like, I love accents. Yes, I love accents. Whoa, I'm already starting off this series great.
Better get to my first one.
Ooh, an intro. Nice, you got an intro. That's a good thing. Intros are great for even just your channel, or especially having an intro for a series. Like, that's professional. You're already on the right track. I'm liking this. So as I was going through the intro, I noticed that some of the pictures that you took of your LPS were a little bit blurry. So if you can, try to reduce the blurriness by taking the picture without it being blurry, or in your editing system, try to use some unblurring stuff to try to unblur it, but make sure that your pictures are not blurry. For the most part, you're doing great. Like, most of these pictures are pretty fine, but just make sure that those two that I did see are not blurry.
Well, class, as you can probably tell, this unit of measurement is, in fact, a very useful one, since we've had it for a few years and decades.
Good joke, because like nothing in school we use is like useful. Okay, I'm just kidding, but I like that touch. That was a good one. That made me laugh.
Decades comes first, of course. Yawn. Jonathan, please.
I've noticed this actually in all types of LPS tubers all over the place, but I do notice that I even did this before I learned how to not do it, that when you are moving one LPS and you want to go and talk to like have another LPS start talking, you kind of like show in the recording your hand moving over to that LPS and, you know, see it talking. So like, say you have one character talking and then you need the other one to talk, so you take your hand and you move it over to make the other LPS talk. To be honest, that really makes it look a little bit unprofessional and kind of unrealistic. With LPS, most LPS tubers want to try and make their LPS come to life, have it be like that. But in real life, you don't see someone like go over and take their hand and like move you. Like, that's not really real. So I would definitely suggest, I know this is really annoying, but if you can, when you move hands to characters, either stop the recording, move your hand, then start recording again, or you can either maybe move the camera over there and like do your thing, but cut out the part where you move your hand and move your camera over. So that is the next tip, making sure your hand is not seen when you move from character to character. So either record one character talking, stop it, move your hand, record again, or move your hand and cut that part out.
Please keep your yawns to yourself.
There's another thing. When you stop the recording and move it to another place for like another character to walk in or something, like that. Sometimes people will start the recording and then they'll put their hand on the LPS and then go along with the scene. Now, as I said before, that's not very professional, so what you're going to want to do is you're going to either want to start the recording, then put your hand on and go on with the scene and cut the part where you put your hand on the LPS out, or put your hand on the LPS already set up and then press record and then start going. So try to use those transitions and let's not see those hands grabbing. That sounded weird. But you get the point. Like with some LPS tubers, even myself, I do this all the time. You have to cut out those parts or just have your hand just set up there already. But I know it takes a lot of time, but that's what YouTube does. You need time. You have to have it. So there's another tip. Make sure your hand isn't seen when you restart your recording. Now, I forgot to mention this to all you guys. These tips and tricks do not just go to LpsBlingPro. They go to all LPS tubers out there. If you guys are watching this video right now and you are listening to these tips and tricks and hints and stuff like that, take them as an advice to your own self. They just don't have to be for one person. They're for everyone, really. So take this advice, even if this isn't your video. Let's keep going.
Excuse me? And who might you be? Oh, well, you see, I'm the new student. My name is Taylor Brown.
There's another thing. If you have to move something in the background, like say you have an LPS and then they grab like a journal out of somewhere and you say your journal's like on the other side of the table and you have to like grab it while you're also recording, try to preset everything before you start recording. That way the scene can move along better and you don't hear that ruffling in the background. Now, I don't know if that's exactly what you were doing, but try to have less background noise. I don't know if you were really doing this, but I can kind of tell you were maybe trying to grab something on like the other side of the camera and you were still trying to act out the scene. Make sure you have everything preset in arm's reach. That way you can just be like, got it. Yep. All right. Let's add it into the scene. Let's keep going. So there's another tip. Have everything preset that you need for your scene. That way you don't have to like reach over and try to keep doing it. And you won't have any background noise when you're trying to do it. So that's a good thing too.
Oh, well, hello. I'm Mrs. Feathers. You can go back. And you can sit by Jason. Oh, okay. Hi. Oh, hey.
I'm noticing in this scene you can't really see, what was his name? Jason. You can't really see Jason because of the other characters that are in front. So maybe what you could have done is you could have put Taylor in her seat and then stop the recording and then put the camera kind of right in front of those two. That way you could see them better, because obviously you can't really see Jason back there, and if he's talking you're going to want to see him. So just make sure that you can see all your characters, and even though that might mean you have to stop the recording and move your camera, it's always good to take that extra step to make everything look nicer. So that was another tip. Make sure you can see all your characters in your scene.
Okay, if that is all, we will get started with our lesson. Alright, so the properties of numbers.
Good job with the transition.
Okay, so your name is Taylor. Yeah, and your name is Jason. Yeah. So, have any brothers or sisters? No. You? Well, yeah, but she doesn't.
So as they're talking, you can kind of see your hand keep moving from place to place. Try to take that advice I gave you before and make sure you cut those parts out or stop your camera and move your hand and stuff like that. Although I am really liking this series so far, and I hope you guys are too. So definitely go check out LpsBlingPro if you want to see more of this. Because this isn't even like the end of the video, and I'm already looking forward to like episode 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and all that fun stuff.
Up here. Well, it's a really long story, but we don't have that much time. Oh, I understand. Maybe at lunch you can tell me? Maybe. I have English next, so I have to go to English. Oh, well, I have art.
Sorry if you see my head moving. My neck is so stiff. Ugh. Now with this scene, your lighting looks a little bit yellow. Now with normal lighting, you want your screen to look, I don't know how to put this, kind of white. With this kind of lighting, you might have kind of like a lamp that I have here. This kind of projects yellow light. You kind of really want to aim more towards white lights because yellow lights doesn't really look that great. Like having like an orange kind of background or like a yellowish lighting doesn't really bring a good effect to it. So make sure when you guys are recording that you have some good lighting and some nice lighting. Even having like natural lighting. If you have a window in your bedroom like right above where you record or something, like open a window and like you'll get some really nice lighting. I actually love natural lighting. It's like one of the best lighting out there that you could get. Even, you know, you don't have to even pay for it. That's even better.
Did you see that? Of course I saw it.
Now I saw your transition from the yellow lighting back to your whitish kind of lighting. Not really sure why that other scene kind of came out a little yellowish, but if that does happen, you can either fix it in editing or just change up your lighting, or before you start recording and you see a little bit of yellowish, try to fix it with other lighting and stuff like that.
We have to make sure that doesn't happen. Ever. I agree. But for now, we need to get
I kind of see like a little bluish kind of mark on the cat's ear, like right here. If you can, try and get it off, because in videos you want your LPS to look as clean as possible. So if you can't get it off, that's totally fine. I have some LPS that are like that, but it looks like kind of a mark that I will be able to get off. Now, if you are wondering how the heck can I get it off, you can actually take nail polish remover and put it on a Q-tip and just like scrub at it until it comes off.
class. Trust me, I have an idea for a plan for lunch. We embarrass her. It's that simple. Okay. Thanks for letting me sit by you. Nobody.
Okay, so I just noticed in that little clip right there, when you ended the scene, your camera kind of went like downwards, I guess you could say. But basically, you don't want your viewers to know that your camera or your scene ended. So what you're going to want to do is, obviously, you got to end your recording somehow. So when you actually edit your videos, try and cut that part out. Even when you start a video, like if your camera goes like that or something like that, when you start your videos, try and cut that out. That way it looks like it's just going in one forward motion with no stops. Just like real life. I mean, you can't like stop life all of a sudden. Like, that would be weird, right?
Who lets me do this? Yeah, don't mention it. This pie in the face is gonna leave us on top. Let's go.
Whoa, that's some really interesting colored pie. It looks like cotton candy, kind of, or clay. I'm not really sure what it is, but I kind of like it. It looks cool. But if it was a pie, what kind of pie would it be? Because I've never heard of like a pink pie. That's like strawberry pie counts. I don't even know if that's a kind of pie. So when you moved the pie with your LPS, you kind of like picked up the pie and your LPS and you started moving it. What you're going to want to do probably is, if you have clay or tape or something like that, try and stick the objects to the LPS. That way it looks like they're holding it.
Surprise.
Also, I kind of noticed that little in-between scene was kind of choppy, so just try and make that a little bit more smooth. Now, let's keep going. I want to see what happens.
Why would she do something like this?
So I'm noticing that you kind of like went around. I could see the shadows in the background. You kind of went around, grabbed your LPS, and then put it there. Like I said before, just make sure you have all the supplies within arm's reach, and try to have like less shadows in the background. That way you can't see your arm moving. So just make sure you have all your LPS right near you. That way, if they come into the scene, that you could just pick them up and bring them in.
It's okay. No, it's not. Yes, it is. We'll get back at her. I promise.
When you get a little up close to the LPS, try to make sure that their faces aren't really blurry. Yay! That was such a great series, LpsBlingPro. I'm actually kind of hooked. I kind of want to see what happens next, and I'm really excited to see you go forward. And since I kind of have seen that you haven't done episode 2 yet, maybe you can take those tips and tricks and stuff like that I gave you and apply them to the next episode. Well, Fungroupproduction fans, that was the very first episode of Lps React featuring LpsBlingPro's series Lps Pawville High. And if you guys want to go over and see LpsBlingPro's channel, maybe give her a little subscribing, give her a thumbs up, and all that fun stuff. And if you guys even want to see her continuing her series, because I know I definitely want to see the next episode, then definitely go check out her channel. The link will be down below. Now, LpsBlingPro, if you are watching this, I know I already told you personally, but do not take any of these tips and tricks I gave you personally. I know that some of these are definitely not your fault, and sometimes this just kind of happens. Don't take them personally. I'm just trying to give you the advice that any critical person would give you. So I am just so excited, and I actually really like your series, so I will definitely be checking in on you lately and probably watching more episodes because I'm kind of hooked. But anyways, guys, now it's time for the question to get on Lps React episode 2. And the question is, what is the biggest mistake I made in LPS My Hopeless Romance episode 3, season 1, not season 2, season 1. I've decided not to switch it up this week, so the hint will once again be on my Instagram. The username is @Fungroupproduction. But yeah, guys, I hope you guys liked this first episode, and I really hope I can continue this series, and I'm really excited to get the next episode up in January. Also, guys, quick update on Lps My Hopeless Romance episode 6. I know I have still been lagging on making the next episode, but good news, I finished the script finally. I know that probably took a while, but you know, I took a really long time trying to make it because I really want to make this episode good, since I've been kind of dragging it on forever. I mean, it's been 2 months since the last episode, and that's like the longest time I've ever had in between episodes, and I'm really sorry about that, guys. So I'm hoping to start recording super soon. I don't know when it will be up, but I'm probably assuming it's going to be January, just because I'm actually going away very soon. But I'm actually hoping that I can film before I go away. That way I can like edit on the plane, just because it'll be easier. Also, guys, check out my face channel because I will be releasing a huge surprise coming up very soon, and I have lots of videos on there, and I actually have Christmas videos up on that channel right now. So if you guys want to see more of this face that you're seeing right now, then go head over to my face channel. Is it obvious I'm not good at like saying sentences? Because I think that's kind of obvious. But anyways, guys, I hope to see you in the next episode. Comment down below what the answer to my question, which was, once again, what was the biggest mistake I made in episode 3 of Lps My Hopeless Romance in season 1. The hint will be on my Instagram @Fungroupproduction, and I will see you guys in my next video, which will hopefully be an Lps My Hopeless Romance video. But if it isn't that, then it'll probably be episode 2 of LPS React. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye!